Hey y'all, what's up? What up, y'all? It's Peachie P, cannabisinfusionz. I know it's been a minute, okay? Don't get me in the comments, please, okay? I know it's been a minute, but I still love y'all. But if y'all been on the website, cannabisinfusionz.com, y'all would have definitely seen what was been going on these past couple weeks. And you would have saw that it's been a lot of events. So you've been listening. I've been telling you that I've been going to these events, you guys, and really like learning some new things and everything. So I want to share it with you today. But I also got to remind you guys, don't forget, excuse me, don't forget that every Thursday, please send me your events. I don't, to be honest, I don't kind of want to take third party events unless, they know somebody that I know because, some people get offended, you know what I mean, of some promotion from people they don't know sometimes. So, I just want to keep it, you know what I mean? If you're watching this show, you know what I'm saying, and you don't know me personally, please send it through the website. Go to cannabisinfusionz.com. It's a place there where you can just directly email cannabisinfusionz. That way, that will be kind of your consent of saying, hey, you know what? I don't know you guys, but I do want, the free promotion that's on the website. It's free promotion, you guys. So please get on it. Anyway,
much in life ain't free, though. Much in life ain't free.
Yeah, but my promotion, if you do it the right way and you follow the directions, you can get your free promotion on your 420 event, or if it's not a 420 event, somebody's birthday, whatever, whatever it is, whatever you want. Anyway, so
hold on. That means you have to read instructions.
Exactly, reading is fundamental.
Don't just see the blank entry where it say low poster here and put it there. We ain't got no info. We don't know who you is. We just got
no social
image.
media, none of that. I don't know how we gonna follow you.
Okay, and we still need to kind of check your background.
Right.
Like you said, it is third party.
Exactly. So now that we got that out the way, every Thursday, cannabisinfusionz.com.
All right.
Welcome all my new subscribers, my subscribers that's thinking about subscribing. Y'all better subscribe. And, people just watching. Of course, y'all know I be having my extra special guests that I be wanting to smoke with and chill with and talk to. And y'all already know. Y'all already know who this is, but I'm still going to give him a proper introduction, okay? Shoot. So, I have a specialist here. I will call him a specialist because, I have been learning a lot of new things from him. And, he, basically gang. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce the people that don't know. This is Pomansglass.
Greetings, and salutations, good people. How y'all doing out there?
Poman! Now, look. If you guys don't know the back history, me and Poman used to do a podcast before this one. And it was pretty dope. That's actually how I met Poman. Like, we was smoking, like, you know what I mean? Like,
eating edibles.
Man, ooh. Look. Okay, so, if you guys have been, just following me, on my pages and stuff like that, because I just recently got a new page, Big Box Peachie. The old one was the Peachie P show. Please report that one, whatever you could do. But so if you guys been following me a while back, how long was that? That was like a year or so ago, or something like that.
Yeah, it was about to be the summertime, so yeah.
Yeah, about a year or so ago, we did an edibles contest, and we was judges. And when I tell you, like, it was so crazy because, like, we had to, like, literally train for that.
Ooh.
Like, I was training for that shit.
Look, man.
And then, look, Urban Stoner, shout out to Urban Stoner Essentials, of course. She was giving us edible like crazy. We was eating bitches.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm sort of like the guinea pig when it comes to that type of stuff.
I'm not.
I am. She know I chug a drink. Like before we do the podcast, I chug a 250 drink, drink a 250 drink while we there. I done ate about I don't know how many gummies, and I'm sorry, I don't believe in your edibles should take over your smoke. So you should smoke just as much as you do when you eating your edibles. Like when it comes to the 5-star challenge from your boys
who what the 5-star challenge from who?
From oh man, I can't think of their name right now. You was just at they show for the art show.
Which one? What art? Cause I went. Oh, you mean
downstairs.
You wait, hold on, I got it.
You know where?
Yeah. Your hood heroes,
you
yes,
feel me?
Yes.
Now they got a 5-star challenge. A lot of people.
What's the challenge?
Oh, every now and again they throw out this incredible cookies.
Shouts out to your hood heroes and KT the baker.
And so, like, what they do is they make a challenge. You can win, like, it's like hundreds of dollars, gang of weed. You come to the event for free.
What?
They smoke you out. But the thing is, you gotta get by the cookies, and you have to eat them throughout the day. And you have to do video check-ins, like every time you eat the cookie,
fucking forget
hourly,
that shit.
to show that you still up. And but what most people do on the challenge is they don't smoke that day. Nah, bro,
I did that at the
smoke.
No, I did that at the edible thing. Like I didn't smoke before I got there.
Nah, you still
and I started eating the edibles before I started smoking because I end up still smoking, but it was after. Only because I'm not used to eating edibles. I'm a smoker. I like seeing the flame. You know, I like getting intimate with my blunts. You know what I'm saying? I like
you got that ritual.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, shoot, I like everything. I don't know. You know, but I mean, I'm not knocking it though.
Well, we're gonna interrupt your ritual today because you dabbing today.
I know. So you know, I got a lot of questions. Oh my god. So
that's
look,
what I'm here for. What's good?
I know. You know what? I don't know if any like real dabbers watch my show, but if y'all do, you know what I'm saying, this is a show for beginners. So
they do.
If you know anyone that needs some help or anything, and you don't feel like explaining it to them,
you do.
You feel me?
You do.
Just watch this show right now. But anyway, so dabbing. What kind of like what made you get into like making these? Well, if you guys don't know, you know, Poman does make it's Pomansglass, so I hope that's kind of self-explanatory.
Make smoking, drinking accessories for adults. Baby.
Exactly. There you go.
Anything you want and need: water bottles, serving trays, bongs, rigs, hookahs. I even make pieces you can wear around your neck. I got one on me right now.
Yes. So how did you like decide you want to just start making glass and just going crazy? Because I'm looking at these pieces and they might seem simple, you know what I mean, but they're creative. Like, did you draw that on there or any of the designs? Like, how do you like? What's the process?
Okay, well, the start is this. I smoke a lot of weed.
Okay.
I smoke a hell of a lot of weed. Okay. So in order to, my family believes this: if you gonna do something and put that much money into it, it gotta make you some money back.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna smoke all this shit, it gotta make me some money back, and I can't sell it because I'm gonna smoke it. Okay. So that was not part of the plan.
Right.
And I just so happened, as people as we are, we know a bunch of people that got a bunch of bottles in their house. Yeah. And for me, just hanging around different people, picking up different techniques of just knowing artists, I learned how to do this, I learned how to do that, and one day it was like, oh, can't nobody get me high like this and woo-woo, and I was like, you ain't never hit a bone. Right. Because in our community, it ain't too many, like before Wiz Khalifa dropped, it wasn't that many people trying to hit glass. Right. It looked too much like a crack pipe.
Man, I remember people used to be like, what is that? Because I used to do the little bowls or whatever, and he was like, what is that? It look like, is that a crack pipe? Blah, blah, blah. Like, oh my God. Like, I'm just gonna and that's not I still like bowls and the small things, because sometimes I just want to, little hit, you feel me? I don't want to be smoking the whole. I ain't got time sometimes.
Sometimes you ain't have time to roll a whole blunt and you trying to pre-roll and do
I'm
all
dropping
this
weed and
keep
shit.
it.
No, man, I'm not about to.
But I mean, if you do pre-roll, I do make glass holders for your blunts and backwoods. Just putting that out there, just letting you know. Anything you won't know, I can do that for you. But back to the subject at hand. I always seen bottles. And for a lot of people, they're not willing to spend $200, $300 on a piece of glass that's only 5 inches because it's a heady piece, especially not for their first piece.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Before times got this hard, they were still hard for us.
Yeah.
So we ain't finna drop 200 on something we don't know if we gonna like.
Yeah.
Kids might break.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel you.
We ain't going. So I already knew how to cut glass from previously doing mosaic art.
Ooh.
I knew how to cut vinyl, which is what I use to put whatever artwork you want on there. Slowly but surely, it got to the point where I can cover it where it doesn't peel. I can make you a custom label, like I make anything is possible labels for people. I make birthday labels for your bottles. It just grew, but it originally started from I gotta find a way to make money out of smoking.
Okay, see, anything is possible.
If you up there buying ounces and that ain't making you no money, y'all need to find something though.
Okay. Speaking of smoking, y'all know I haven't forgot about the strand of the week, so don't try to get me. Don't come for me. Okay. Anyway, so.
So now dabbing, that situation started because it's pretty much the cleanest way to get high.
Okay. Now, what do you mean by the cleanest way? Because
it's extracting all the stuff that gets you high, all the medical stuff, and all the cannabinoids and THC and stuff that we want, different types of THC that we want. And it takes out all the plant matter and the things that irritate you. Like when you cough from a dab hit, it doesn't rupture your throat as much as you coughing from a blunt.
Oh, God.
And it's really because of that added wrap. It's because of that plant matter that's still in the bud. When you do in a dab, it took all of that we don't want and kept what we do.
Okay.
So that's why it's a cleaner hit.
Okay.
Now, if you want a cleaner dab hit, like the cleanest of the clean, there are different processes, different ways that give you different substance. Like here right now, we have 2 types. Okay. We have this one here, which is a crystal. Okay. And then we have this one here, which I would consider more of a press. Press rosin. Press, yes. Now, both of them had their benefits, both of them had their drawbacks because of the way they was made.
Hold on real quick. Okay. So, is there any way we could put this like camera on this? Can we move it? Okay. Oh, up. Okay. 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 So let's see this real quick. So that's more of the pressed.
Yeah, this one here is more of the pressed. And if you can tell, this is another thing I tell people, when you start seeing discoloration like that, it's not that it went bad. That's more of a temperature thing. That's why I tell people to keep it in a cold temperature. A lot of people even buy their own personal fridge that's just for their concentrate. Okay. That way it's not constantly being open and closed. You ain't got to worry about nobody moving your stuff, putting it too close to the light. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But that's what that comes from. So it's not that it's going bad. It's just it changes color because of the temperature. That's what also a change consistency. Okay. But now that one is pressed. Yeah. Trying to get my finger not in the way.
Wait, come over this way. Yeah, a little bit more. A little bit more. A little bit more. So it's this camera. Okay. Yeah, there you go. I didn't know which one it was.
I don't know where I'm looking at.
So I'm just like, shit.
So we good?
Yeah. And then do these crystals right there too, if you can. I don't know, because they not stuck.
So these right here are the crystals. And for the people who wondering, yes, it's THC, pure cannabis. It's not no added stuff and nothing like that crazy, okay? No cocaine, no cocaine here. We don't do that.
That's why we showing you the difference. Like, you know what I mean? That's why, like, I want to show people the difference because, you know, if you don't know, you gonna automatically think,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Some other shit, you gonna fuck yourself up.
Right, and a lot of it depends. It lets you know if you're buying quality stuff too.
Right.
So, like, the press is the simplest way, and it is the cleanest way because there's no added chemical solvent or anything like that. So basically, all that is you take a pouch that has a bunch of little holes in it, silk line and all that type of stuff. Some are silk, some different materials. But you stuff it, you put it in between two heat plates, it presses it. The heat and the pressure provides all the oils that come out naturally. That's your press. Now, depending on if the bud is completely cured and went all the way through the process, that's your regular press rosin. But then you also have some that's where it's literally just from the plant. All they did was chop off the leaves and press it. That's your live rosin.
Okay.
And then depending on if you throw it in the freezer, it becomes a whole nother process because it cures in the jar in the freezer.
Got you.
But this right here is just the regular press. Now, because it has no solvents or nothing like that, you literally can press it and smoke it off the paper if you want because it's ready to go right then and there.
I was kind of scared. You see why I put?
Yeah, that one is the cleanest you're gonna get.
Okay.
Now the crystals is clean, but it goes through a different process.
Okay.
So the crystals one is where we take the plant. It might be straight from the bush cut and made for process, or it might be actually the buds already cured, chopped, and everything.
Okay.
But what they do is they put it in the freezer to get it the temperature to drop so that those crystals are ready to just come straight off.
Just shaking them.
Not even shaking.
Oh.
So basically, they put it through a pressure system, and they add. Normally, the chemical that they add is propane.
Propane.
Now, for the people listening and going propane is not the propane on your barbecue. Okay, this is not the same chemical.
But you know,
it's in the same family. But this is pure. This is chemical based propane. This is the purest you're gonna get, and it's highly flammable. So don't be trying to get your hands on it thinking you're going to make some in the crib. You will blow yourself up. There is no safe process for this at home.
Okay. Y'all heard.
Now, the press, yeah, you can buy at-home press and do this and be completely safe, no fire, no nothing, and press to your heart's content. Crystals, leave it to the professionals, please.
Okay.
So now they extract it with the propane. Once they extract it with the propane, they take that and they put it in a vacuum. Now this vacuum, they're going to tell you they vacuum at the deepest level of mercury and all this. All that means is they put it in this airlock system, turn on this big pump that literally sucks out every impurity and everything that was in it. So any leftover plant matters, any leftover bits and pieces, that's gone. The propane that was used to extract it, if any of that is still there, that is gone. And it's done repeatedly. That's why it gets this hard crystally look.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So it really, your type of concentrate you get or dabs you get really depends on the process.
That is bananas.
So that's how you can tell, like, if you get a pressed rosin and it's not really golden, you know that's not live right. And if it's really, like, dark, they either didn't keep it right or it was a real bad press. They did it at a real high heat to try to get more than quality. They went for quantity over quality. Okay. So you can tell that by the color. When it comes to the crystal, if they not shimmery crystals like Seriously, because you'll get
Shimmering.
some, they'll get dull crystals, and it's because somebody took something and pressed it and made it
Oh.
for you to smoke. And that's even with
So
your CBD
how is
strain.
it supposed to look? Like, is it supposed to look?
Yes, it's
Is
supposed to
that
look like
that's
this.
acceptable?
This is very good,
Okay.
acceptable, and you can tell that it's natural because
Mhm.
it's not uniform. If you get some crumble and it looks uniform to you, that's something that was probably molded.
Oh.
Not molded as in like bacteria, but like
Mhm.
they put it in a mold.
Oh, got you.
Now,
Okay.
some people have capsules that are dabs in molds.
Mhm.
Those are perfectly fine because
Mhm.
they're not trying to sell those as crystals.
Right.
They're telling you they're literally
Right.
pressed into a shape.
Right.
Like normally it's their logo, or like
Right.
you might see the bears or the
Okay.
little animal,
Mhm.
little cutesy stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah. But now when it comes to dabbing this, I tell people, especially for my beginners, if
Mhm.
you're gonna dab on any material, try to dab on glass because of the burn.
Yeah.
If you don't know how to control it, you might burn paper. Silicone is okay, but it still gives off fumes.
Yeah.
So
I
I always
noticed
tell
that.
people, you done paid this much for your dab,
Mhm.
you done paid for them terps.
Mhm.
And for my people who keep asking what are terps,
Mhm.
when you smoking that bud and you like, ooh, this tastes so citrusy, so
Mhm.
ooh, this one kind of peppery, or ooh,
Mhm.
you talking terps.
Mhm.
They just gave it a technical term. Okay, so when you doing that, now that's another thing about the. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
That's another thing about the crystals.
Uh-huh.
When it goes through that process, because they freeze it at the beginning, it saves those terpenes.
Oh.
Right. You got them at the optimal time. They frozen. So this one's going to have a stronger taste than this one.
Mm.
Now, this one, to me, in my opinion, some people debate on this.
Mhm.
The press is going to have a harder hit,
Okay. I can see
especially
that.
especially if they went for quality over quantity,
Got you.
because it's going to have more of it in the tote.
Okay.
So now, when it comes to dabbing, a lot of people first thing they do is go buy a piece, and I tell them stop. First thing you should think about
Mhm.
is what type of torch you want to keep around.
Right.
Okay, because all torches are not equal,
Right.
and certain ones work for certain pieces.
Got you.
Okay,
Okay.
so like let me see your torch.
So this one,
So now this torch,
I love that torch.
oh, she gonna be
For my
mad at me,
backwoods,
y'all.
I don't. No, I'm not, because
Okay,
I already know that's not a good torch
okay,
already. So
okay.
I already
So
know.
these torches now for backwoods and
Mhm.
rolling up, I
Yes,
love these torches.
definitely.
Especially if you live where we live in Chicago,
Man,
you trying to roll up outside, that
man,
wind will take your light, and you trying to huddle up, ask the
and
crew
you're
to
blunt
help.
too if you ain't careful.
You feel me? And it
Okay.
makes your canoe, if you burn all uneven. This one is more controlled.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it for that. Now, when it comes to dabbing, this is good if you have what we call a small nectar collector, or a small piece with a small banger. Now, these
Mhm.
are nectar collectors.
Okay.
Okay, this is the tip.
Wonder how they got that name.
Well, because when you squeeze
Mhm.
the juices, or the
Mhm.
wax from it,
Yeah.
it's just like a bird when you see them go in, or you see a
Oh,
bee and they collect the nectar off the flower.
I got you.
We're collecting the juices. So when
Mhm.
you're doing this and
Right.
you kind of look like one of them
Oh, I got you.
nectar collectors, get it?
That's funny.
And it's an actual tool that looks similar to this, that's used for something else, that's called a nectar collector too.
Oh.
Like a lot of our stuff in the cannabis world, whether it's growing or
Mhm.
equipment to smoke, literally comes from like somewhere else or some other culture,
Mhm.
and we adapted it to what we needed.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a nectar collector. Now, for this size nail, which is a 14 mil, you need to know that when you go into these stores buying pieces,
Mhm.
this is not good. It doesn't heat
Mhm.
evenly. You're gonna constantly have to keep
Mhm.
heating, keep heating.
Mhm.
If you want to go for a small torch,
Mhm.
this one is better.
Ooh, what's that?
Now, this is a pin torch, but it's dual action. That means it's two
Oh,
burners.
right.
So where yours is like that,
Right.
this one, you
Got
feel
you.
me? and because it crosses, it gives the heat direct. Right. You feel me?
Yeah, because it's super blue.
You feel? So that's why it's for this. Now, if you do have this type, where's your?
I know.
Hey, it's a lifestyle. That's why I tell people it's a lifestyle, baby.
Mine's is all dirty, y'all. Don't be talking about me.
Hey, check my page. I actually got somebody who will come out and clean your piece on site.
Definitely
I can't think of their page right now.
Later.
I will definitely have that for you. You might even want to talk to her because, like, you come in, she come in, boom, bam, bam, clean it on site, bam. You feel me?
I need to look. I have that in the description.
Yeah.
As well.
So now this one is more of a 10 mil and it's glass.
Bring it up here.
This one is more of a 10 mil and this one is glass.
Okay.
This one is 14 and it's titanium, so it heats different.
Yes.
Now, generally for my beginners, since that's who this episode is really for.
Yes.
I normally don't suggest a glass because they're not used to how much heat it needs, and that normally takes practice. After use, you learn how much heat you need for your hit, how big of a hit you're going to do, all that type of stuff. So even though the titanium is a little bit more cost, I always suggest it because it's not going to break.
Got you.
You can heat this bad boy to its glowing red and just sit there, and it's not going to, and because you're only heating the tip, this part never really gets as hot as you think.
Got you.
So you don't have the problem of cracking your glass or breaking your piece.
Okay.
And I always put a divider there anyway. That way, if you do, it's a small piece that's broke that's replaceable versus your whole piece getting broke.
Ooh, baby. I done dropped a lot of bowls in my life. And you know what I'm saying? So but, I know the feeling.
But now when you get more to where we go with rigs.
Okay.
That have a banger that's glass or titanium, is always best to go with a more traditional torch. You're not really going to find them in the gas station. You actually got to go to a head shop, a smoke shop. Okay. The flame is bigger. Torch. Oh, I've seen way bigger.
Oh my God, put that in the camera.
Like when we do dab shows, we literally have the ones that's the big tank and just the head.
Oh, Lord have mercy. That's a lot of fire.
If you're doing a dab show and you dabbing everybody at the show.
That's what it takes, shit.
You going through about, what?
Oh, my goodness.
3 grams of 5 different strains.
Yeah, true.
In a dab, because it don't take much to dab.
Right.
Like, I tell people this all the time. I can give you a gram and it'll last, especially a beginner, it'll last them a week. I don't care how big your tolerance is on smoke.
Yes, trust me.
Because you're going to hit it and you're going to sit it down.
Yep.
And that's why generally when I talk to my first timers, as much as you want this big rig and you want the artwork and you want this, I always suggest a nectar collector. Now I can put the same artwork on your nectar collector. It's just be a little small. And the reason why I suggest the nectar collector, because when heating this and you put your dab in, whatever you put in, you're going to smoke.
Right.
There's no taking it out. There's no, I didn't burn it all. True enough, you can reheat it.
Right.
But it's not the same toke. It's not going to have the same hit.
Right.
And a lot of times, if you didn't do the heat right, it burns uneven. Okay. True. And it leaves your rig dirty, and you always want to try to keep it clean. That's why most people keep alcohol wipes or Q-tips. And those Q-tips are not your dollar store Q-tips, Walgreens Q-tips. Those are treated with a solution so that when you clean, you always have a nice clean hit. You have a surface that's good to hit off of.
Right.
You ain't got no bad or old burnt stuff on top. Also, when it comes to that, I suggest the nectar collector more because, like I was saying, whatever you touch is what you hit, what you're going to find out.
Right.
Whatever you touch is what you hit. So once you get enough smoke for you, you can back off. And for my first timers, it saves your wax. You ain't got to worry about trying to store this big thing and worrying about tipping it over, because this is something you can easily put in the drawer.
Now, what
put
kind
in your
of bottle
bag.
is that?
That's originally a Ciroc bottle,
Ooh.
but I put Storm on there. And
hold it up again.
You know, I put Storm on there, and we definitely had to add some lights when the lights are dimmer, you can see them better.
I like the fact that you kept the top on there just regular because I feel like it's more fitting. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Now I do change the top depending on the customer.
How you do a
but
big bong and you like your lips is in that bitch.
I do change it sometimes depending on the customer.
You know what I'm saying?
But the main reason why I keep it like that is because a lot of people still like to hide the piece.
Gotcha.
And if you already got some bottles on your dresser or on your nice, not nightstand, but on your front room, that behind a few other Hennessy bottles,
right,
ain't really sticking out. You feel me?
Yeah.
When you pull it out, they go, where that come from?
Right.
You feel me? So that's another reason why I keep it like that, because I even give you the top to it. That way you can.
Right.
It looks just like the bottle from the top until you pull it up. But now when it comes to dabbing and the nectar collector, I always tell them, for beginners, heat it up until you see it glowing red, because you can always wait for it to come down. You want to heat it up. Matter of fact, I'll show you guys.
Okay.
And I prefer the pen light. Okay. So all you want to do is heat up the tip.
Okay. Y'all looking at this? Move a little bit closer. Okay. This is crazy.
Okay. So right now it's gonna start glowing, and the reason why I like the pen light is because it won't get it too hot.
Right, to where it's like.
And now you see how the metal color is changing.
It's changing.
So now you know, okay, I know it's getting hot, and even though that's changing, the back end isn't. And you see the glow coming in of orange.
Oh, I see it.
And I tell them, just don't worry about if it's getting too hot. Go ahead, especially if you're a beginner, because you don't want it to be cold when you stick it in.
I know what you mean.
You feel me?
I know what you mean.
Sometimes the pun is intended.
You funny.
Hey, y'all know y'all don't want it cold. Ladies, heat it up. You don't want it cold going in. Heat it up.
Okay. Shoot.
So.
I get you, though.
And you see how quick it goes down?
Right. Well, I'm glad that's clear too at the bottom. You can see.
And it's that simple.
Now, is that some good wax? Look at that smoke, y'all.
Nice clean taste. No aftertaste. Don't taste any plant matter. And when I say plant matter, you know what plant matter tastes like. If you ever hit a bad blunt and it tastes like somebody pulled weeds out of their back mama's house,
baby.
Yeah,
that's why I always check you guys and stuff. We're about safeness, okay? About safeness.
Yeah, that is some nice wax. Got a nice little hit at the end. Ooh. Shout out whoever pressed it.
Yes.
But now.
Okay, so it's my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, y'all. Okay. So how do I light this?
You literally just press up.
Okay. Okay. So
bring the tip down closer to the flame. Don't move it. Don't shake the flame. Don't shake it. Just bring it down.
Like this?
Just like that. There
got you. Okay. Oh yeah. Sorry, y'all. Okay.
And because we got good wax that ain't got no butane or no leftover particles in it, you can do this because you ain't got to worry about that stuff lighting up and blowing up in your face. It has happened. Especially back in the day when people was just using like at home 99-cent store butane.
Oh, is it good now?
Oh yeah, you're good now.
Okay.
Just blow that out.
Okay. I
don't want to forget. You good?
Okay.
You're not gonna take that big of a hit no way. Go ahead. Inhale. There you go. Put the big girl drawers on.
I had to do it today. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And it's more of a direct hit.
Tasty. I think that might be the sunset sherbet.
Sunset sherbet.
I always get funny saying that sunset. You know all them S's. But you know what? Now I see the difference between the glass and the actual like titanium. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it just feels way smoother. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? Versus, the glass. It's smooth, but it's like not as smooth.
Well, see, it's a reason for that.
Okay.
The reason for that is the glass, the way it heats up and the way the gunk builds up on it,
Mhm.
it stops the flow of the smoke and it affects the taste. Where the titanium heats up so hot that there's really nothing left in that nail.
Oh, okay.
So,
That
like
makes
when you
sense.
clean a piece with a titanium nail,
Mhm.
you might clean the base inside of the nail,
Right.
but this part has nothing in it.
Wow.
Whereas the glass tip,
Right.
you see,
That
you
one
gotta
has.
clean here and down there.
Man, I wonder what. Maybe it's just because the type of metal it is, but that's fascinating.
Yeah, and it
Like,
normally comes in glass, titanium, or in a quartz. Now the quartz is good, but
mhm.
it's easy to break,
See,
especially on
and me,
heating
like,
up.
it's like I have like glass cleaners at home, because I
Mm-hmm.
got one hitters and stuff, but like it kind of becomes like a pain sometimes because you know what I mean. It's like, man, you got all these different glass pieces and stuff, and all the gunk and stuff coming off of it and stuff
Yeah,
like that. It will really be like kind of like more convenient and easier, you know what I mean, to enjoy my THC. You know what I'm saying?
and
If I
and
didn't have to like clean it you know what I mean?
and because of the
Cause I smoke a
way
lot. Y'all know I smoke a lot. So.
and the way dab heats up and
Mhm.
evaporate, it doesn't leave the same gunk as a regular piece does, so it doesn't take
Okay.
as long to clean. The only
Mhm.
time it takes a long time to clean is more with the rigs,
Well, yeah.
and that's because sometimes, depending on how you put the dab in, a chunk of it might actually go and get caught in the neck.
Oh, got you.
So that might be harder to clean.
Right.
And that's why you see a lot of people that have multiple bangers because this
Mhm.
one has to
So that's
soak overnight.
called the banger on
Yes,
the
this
side.
end right here is just the
Okay.
banger.
Okay.
Okay, and it comes titanium. It comes in glass. I prefer glass because it looks better to me.
Mhm.
If you want titanium, I'm more than happy to get it for you.
So this piece is the banger. This is of course like a tip, right? Or
Well, I can explain everything to
yeah,
you.
yeah.
Okay, so this is basically a rig, and the only thing that makes it a rig is the fact that it has a banger on it.
Mhm.
If you put a regular slide on it, it's a bomb.
Mhm.
Okay,
It's just that added piece that
it's
makes
just the
it
added piece so that you can
okay.
smoke concentrate.
So simple, but I just, you know what I mean?
And
I'm like,
and
I figured,
and this really is the price hike
oh,
when
so
it
it's not the
comes
actual, like,
for my pieces.
mm-hmm.
Now, for certain rigs, because of the angles and all this and that they had
Right,
to
because you
do,
make
that's
different,
what you do when
mm-hmm,
you blow glass. But because I cut glass,
mm-hmm.
this is more expensive because of the neck,
Right,
depending on how thick it is. And I
mm-hmm,
normally don't like to get the little ones
mm-hmm.
because for my first timers, y'all get a little too high, and then y'all take that next dab and you trying to get it
Oh, shit.
in and boop, oh, it's off to the side. So I
Damn.
always try to get a nice size that you can always, hit that
Right,
shot.
I got you.
But
That makes sense.
the rest of the bong is just normal. Your down stem.
Mm-hmm,
This one has a second bottle for filtration because I made it for a rig,
mm-hmm.
and rig is more about taste than your terps.
Right.
So the extra filtration
Mm-hmm.
gives you more taste.
Wow. Y'all, we learning some shit today, okay? We really are. Oh, wow. Okay. So, okay, so I got a question. Just you
Mm-hmm.
telling me all of that. What, like, the size, like, matter when it comes to doing your dabs? Like, what I mean by that is, like, do you think you get, like, better, faster hits with, like, a smaller, you know, uh,
Mm.
piece, or do you think the bigger piece give you like the best high, or what do you think?
That really depends on the person
Okay.
because it depends on how you like to smoke.
Okay.
If doing really big rips
Mhm.
and taking really big dabs
Mhm.
is your thing, is normally because you want that real fast, quick high. You
Mhm.
want it instant.
Right.
if you're doing more the small, what I call micro dosing, that's more for the people who like, I want to get to a certain point and be chill. Okay. I don't want to exceed it. Right. I want that point and I'm good. And I'm willing to take my time and build. Those people are generally more there for the taste too. Okay. They take their time and you know, those are your connoisseurs. Normally when you go to them,
I wanted to taste that shit.
You know what I'm saying? They got about 5, 6, 7 different flavors. Yes. And those are your connoisseurs. Normally ones who take smaller hits. Now also some who take small hits because they can't take the smoke intake. Okay. Because dab is instant smoke. Right. It's basically instant. Yeah. Instantly lit. That's what it is. Lit. Once you put it in, whatever is in there, that's you're gone with the races. So for a lot of people, smaller dabs, they can control that. They can take more hits. They're not coughing as much. Like I said, a lot of times when you cough off a dab, it's not because it's a harsh hit. It's because it's a lot for you. Yes. That's why normally if I introduce somebody to dab and I give them their first introductory dab, where I barely touch the spoon in there and I try that. Right. From there, I know, okay, now do you want to go bigger or do you want to stay here? Are you good? What's up? Right. Now, from there, I can gauge you. Now, my first dab, like, it was at an event, but I ain't never did dabs. But before I went to the event, I kind of did a little research before. And it kind of, like, intimidated me at first because, you know, people be making up like all type of stuff, like using a man them dabs. My nigga passed out off the dab, and I'm just like, what? Yeah. What is y'all out here doing? Like, well, see, a lot of that is because any new drug you do, any new substance you take, I believe you should have a guide. Right. I mean, the first time you had liquor, you wasn't sitting in your room by yourself chugging a 40 or taking shots of whiskey or something. No. You wasn't doing that. Like you went out with your friends, and normally somebody in the group has drunk before. They was even suggesting what drink you should have for your first drink. You feel me? So anytime you take any new substance, you should have a guide. Right. Most people who get into dabbing, especially when you do it at these events, no offense to the vendors, they're trying to make a sale. Right. So they trying to show you they got the woo-wop to the woo-wop. And they trying to put you on your ass. And a lot of them are already high they self. Right. So they ain't even paying attention all the way to how much they put in it. You know what I'm saying? Put a whole big ass thing. And you, woo. And what if you don't know about dabbing? You just smoking that shit. And then you just passing the fuck out after that. You just like. That's why I got to give shouts out to the big homie, Professor Dab. Yes. Shouts out to Professor Dab. When he does his dab, he literally gives his dabs names. He got space hits. He got the galaxy joint. It lets you know the stages to the hit. Yep. So, like, if you're not a person, I'm just dabbing, he suggests, okay, you just take this one. It's a single strain. It's this, that, and the third. Oh, you more of a dabber, this, that, and the third. Well, I got this one here where I done mixed 5 different strains all in the boom, bam, 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 and some crystals in there too. He got stages. Most of these shows, the person just got what they're selling. Right. So I want you to buy a gram of this, so that's what I'm make sure you like it. Make sure you. So if it's your first time dabbing. Certain vendors are good to go to, but these big shows a lot of time are not good for first time dabbers. Those are when you see them hitting the dab bar. Those are more for the experienced dabbers. Those are for the ones we already got rigs. We got dabs in our pocket. We was dabbing anyway. You know what I'm saying? Those are for those people. Right. But for the beginners, do it just like you did your liquor. You know a homie who dab, go to him, talk to him, talk to her. Find out, hey, I'm thinking about that. It's nothing wrong with talking to people that know more than you. You know what I mean? Hey, I feel like that's an ego. I feel like that's an ego-based thing where you feel like, well, I don't want nobody telling me about, you know, I don't really want, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with, you know. Yeah, I find that a lot. And the worst thing a person could be like is, no, I don't want to help you, nigga. And then what you gonna do? You just go to the next motherfucker. Like I tell anybody, if you got questions, even if you're not buying my piece, I want you to have a good experience. I want you to join the culture.
Exactly.
So even if it ain't my piece, you got a question, hit my page. I'll let you know.
Now I will say that it's not as easy to get like the wax than it is with getting the regular bud.
Well, I will say this. It's easier if you're not just shopping in the black market.
See?
Okay, so if you're shopping in what I like to call the gray market or the mainstream market, it's easier to get the wax because they have more customers who are looking for it.
Right.
In the black market, you don't really have too many people with rigs in certain communities.
Right.
And you only get maybe one or two people who actually want to put it in something to roll up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you buying in venues that we go to, it's easier because pretty much every other vendor got it on their table.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even the person who's selling edibles got some wax.
Right. Now do dispensaries have wax?
Yes.
Okay.
Dispensary has wax, but the thing about dispensary, and I will say this, if you ain't got a discount card,
you gonna be spending a pretty
cost.
So how much do they be selling for a gram?
Okay, now see with them it's a little bit different because they have the actual numbers and it's been tested and it's award winning.
Oh my god.
You know what I'm saying? It got all that bravado on it.
Oh my goodness.
So now it's just like in the dispensary, you're paying for the name.
Right.
You're paying because this the new strain from cookies.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing in some cases because the work is there, the time and effort is there, the taste is there. But for like I said, this episode is for my beginners.
Right.
You might not want to go straight to the dispensary. Now, I will say this: the dispensary does have deals, and it might not be in this form.
Okay.
Now, they do have this one thing that's going out where basically they make what's considered a batter or a butter of it. It's still concentrate. It's just in a more pliable form, and they put it in a mold. So it's in a certain shape or figure that they want. And those generally are more cost effective. Okay. And for my first timers, you can literally go, okay, I can either break this and just take a pinch of it, or I can dab the whole thing instead of trying to scoop it out, because a lot of people have problem with consistency, especially when it comes to live resin.
Right.
They trying to get the jam or the sauce in, and it's getting everywhere, and the spoon they got ain't big enough. Some people don't know how to exactly break down shatter to fit into their bowl. It's a whole process for certain people.
Right.
So, like I said, it's a lifestyle, tools for the trade. You got to have tools to do this. This is not just grab a blunt and roll it up.
Right.
Now, I do like the nectar collector for the simple fact all you need is the nectar collector and the torch.
Right. Now I like that.
That's another reason why I tell my beginners. That's all you need.
That's all y'all heard that. That's all you need.
Now, when it comes to the rig, it depends on the piece. Like with this, you need a cap. Okay. It's better with a cap, that way you hold in your smoke.
Right.
I've
seen that.
Some rigs are the old school type with the nail and the actual dome piece. I've actually seen some people who still have what's called a skillet, and it's just like a piece of metal that's heated up, and you drop it on there, and then you turn a piece down with the glass. It's really it looked like some scientific, like you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know exactly what you said.
That's the original way. Now, if you ever think a motherfucker hitting a crack pipe, you gonna think they hitting a crack pipe on that.
Oh man,
because it looked to me, it looked like some crackish stuff. I'm like,
what is that?
Why we got to do all this turning and why is it 3 pieces and all of them smoking? And I don't know if I want to hit. You hit it first,
right? Shoot,
let me see how you act off this.
Yes, because I be real particular. You know what I mean? Especially when it comes to like other products. Because remember, I smoke blunts. Like,
speaking of being particular, I know some of my first time dabbers out there is definitely gonna bring up pins and puff codes and electric dabbers and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my take on that.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I like them to an extent.
Okay.
I like the puff codes and all the bigger vaporizers.
Yeah.
Because you get a nice big puff smoke.
Now, are those the ones that look like the triangles?
Those are more the triangles.
Okay.
They got lights on them.
Yeah.
You can even get custom glass for
I've
those.
smoked out of one of those before.
I like those.
I like them.
I like those. I like some of the models that are based off those.
Okay.
But when it comes to the pens,
okay,
hey,
I kind of know why. Because I don't know, a pen just seems more dangerous to me.
No, for me, a pen is too light.
What do you mean?
I haven't hit a pen yet where the smoke has hit me and I'm like, ooh.
Oh.
It's always been like, did I hit? Wait. Oh, okay, I got some smoke.
Right.
I got some smoke.
Yeah.
And that's not what I want. Maybe for a lighter smoker, somebody who's trying to control their high better or don't really want to get that high or don't really hit. Maybe that's for you. But for me, I need to hit. I need this shit to hit me 3 seconds in. Yes. Before I exhale, I should feel it in my cheeks and my jaw.
Right, or something.
So when it comes to the pens, I'm not really a big fan of them.
Okay.
Another reason why I'm not a big fan of them is because it's real easy to fake or sell bad product when it comes to these preloaded pens.
Oh.
If you don't have a trusted buyer and if they don't have somebody that they can check on and be like, hey, quality check me, I need to know this. If you don't have that, there's a real easy way to, I have literally seen people take a gram of wax, add the same stuff you use in the E-pen, and it's flavored. Take that 1 gram of wax and stretch it for 50 pens.
That don't even sound safe.
And sometimes you don't even know what's in there because the person who's doing it, who's to say they gloved up and clean and all that?
Right. Probably doing that, I don't know, in their garage or something.
You feel me? You don't know what's going on there. So when I get people who say, I only want the pen, I always suggest that they go to their local head shops.
Okay.
They sell the connector that you can load yourself, and you can buy your own wax and put it in there. That way you know what you're getting. Because with a lot of these preload, I mean, even Exhibit's company, Bare Knuckles, they got in trouble for what was in their preloaded pens.
Wow.
So you gotta be real careful. People gotta start
being more more careful.
Some of these things have found like shards of metal.
What?
Certain things that they found is not even supposed to be consumed by humans. Just because it gives the illusion of thicker, whiter smoke when you exhale.
See, trying to kill us.
Nah, they just trying to make a profit. They don't care. Live or die, they just want that money.
What how much time do we have? Because I still want us to smoke this. What time is it? 6 minutes?
Oh, 6 minutes.
Shit. Why you ain't give me a 15-minute warning? I should have told you. Damn, we got 6 minutes? Okay.
Sound like I'll get to come back for part 2. Hey.
So it definitely sounds like we gotta come back for part 2, of course. For our beginners. You know, it's always a pleasure.
For sure.
Having you on the show.
It was definitely fun coming. I love any show that get me happy for the tape.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Anybody who hand you a leaf and tell you to roll as big as you want, that's the type of show you want to be at.
Exactly. Yes. Y'all already know.
And for the show, for the people watching, just to let you know real quick, I did roll that leaf. I know a lot of people think I only deal with glass, but I make blunt holders, backwood holders, so I gotta know how to roll.
Smoker. He said that at the beginning.
Look, I'm a stoner. We research everything.
Okay. We ain't just doing whatever we feel like it. We just got to make sure it's the right thing. You feel me? But unfortunately, the time is gone past. This was an interesting, episode. Shout out your social media where they can find you.
Oh man, anything that say Pomansglass. I'm the first link you find on anything. Instagram, Google, Facebook. I'm the first thing pop up. Hashtag Pomansglass. That's all it is, baby.
All right.
And we gonna have to do some back to shots, after the show, because you still got to hit this diamond.
Oh yeah, yes. I'll let y'all know how it is. Y'all already know. Definitely on Instagram.
I'm planning on putting her on her ass before we leave.
Oh Lord. Y'all don't forget. Y'all don't forget to follow, like, share, subscribe, Cannabis Infusions. And don't forget to follow me at Big Boss Peachie. And Stoner quote.
Oh, Stoner quote.
Of the episode.
Always leave a green edge. That's my quote. When
Okay.
you hitting the bong, don't burn over the top. That's real.
Yeah.
Burn the edge. Leave some green for the next person.
Y'all heard it.
Bastard.
Y'all heard it straight from the source. Oh, also, as far as weed goes, so as you guys know, I went to a lot of events, and instead of the strain of the week this week, because I don't know what strain this is. Let me see. They got it. First of all, let me show y'all this bag and how this set up.
Oh, the packaging is dope.
Hold on, let me do this real quick before we get up out of here.
Shots out to them for not going cheap on the packaging.
Okay, so y'all look at this.
Oh, you gotta move it a little. Gotta show the shimmer.
So look at that. Look how it's.
That ain't no matte finish. This is called
the Spliff Society. Shouts out to y'all. When I went to Highly Recommended event, shout out to Highly Recommended, Karachi, and all them. They actually had a pot of green this weekend, and it was a really awesome event. Like, they be doing their thing. So I'm just gonna show y'all this. So this is the actual pre-roll that comes in there. Y'all see my nails.
Gotta be a girl.
So this what it comes in. This is pretty dope. Like, they have the pick with it and everything.
Glass tip, glass case, reusable. I like that cork.
You know what I'm saying? They seal it so if a motherfucker try to smoke your shit. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. They logo on there. It's awesome. And they also have their card in here too. So it's a pretty cute card. I'll let it be in the description, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all, my smoking smokers. You feel me? So don't forget, always go on the website, cannabisinfusionz.com. Check out all the updates. This will definitely be on the site as well. And Poman episode and everything about him that you need to know. And I'm out, I guess.